Kaži kad može. Super. Okay, thank you very much for enduring this few hours of agility. I cannot believe that even you are here, because I would go by myself to lunch after 6 or 7 hours of talking about this, but yeah, this is cool. Now let's go and tell me one thing. How many times the word software is mentioned in the first 2 sentences of Agile Manifesto? And Mr. is excluded from this, definitely. Yeah, you wouldn't remember. What do you think? 0? How many times the word software is mentioned in the first 2 sentences of the manifesto? 4? Agile, software, etc. So I'm hitting. What do you think? 0? Once? So this is the first sentence, and in the second sentence there is already another software. So when we are talking about, let's say, transitioning agility or whatever we call it outside of the software, it can be pretty tricky, because we already mentioned it twice in the first 2 sentences. The next thing, I was riding the bus, and I noticed the people inside the bus. Everybody was looking at their cell phones, and I was feeling like a stranger. So I will tell you, you can use your cellular phones, definitely. So take them out. It's not a problem, and I even encourage you to use them. And I hope they are smartphones, because we will do just one short warm-up activity. And this is the part where you will help me. We have, do you want to join to one table? Maybe this one, because there is a least number of people. So we have 4 tables. This table will take first 3 sentences from Agile Manifesto, second 3, third 3, and the fourth 3. So there are 12 principles. Agile principles, there are 12 Agile principles. So you will take first, second 3, third, and the last 3. And then you will put them on sticky notes only in one word, summary of that principle, and put it here in the wall. And I hope that you can do it very fast. Only one word to summarize Agile Manifesto principles. Principles, there are 12 of them. You are doing the first 3. Only one word. You have last 3. You have last 3. They have agilemanifesto.org, and then you go to the principles, and then you go. Yes. One word, yes, just one. Exceptionally, if you can use 2. Come on. One word per principle, exactly. One word per principle. Write it on a sticky and put the sticky on the table. The order is not important, Super, hvala ti. Neću njih, sad ću ja jednog pomagača da izaberem, da ne bi morati. Hvala ti. How is going? It will be eventually, yeah. One word. Do you have any? Put them on the cell phone place and just read them when you put them, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Yes, on this one, yeah. So this is our first, and just tell them in the loud voice. Emergent, reflect, simplicity, great. Come on, other groups. Just read them loud. Yeah. Great. Excellence. Okay. If it is hard, just think something. Come on. We are waiting. Never mind. Put them. Never mind. Let's be Bogavac. You didn't read them. Just read them aloud.
Okay. Fourth is togetherness.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth is trust, and the sixth is communication.
Oh, great. And now it's your.
The first one, we picked customer.
Great.
For the second one, we picked word adaptive.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one, we don't have a consensus.
Okay, just tell us.
Advantage as well as frequently.
Okay, frequently and advantage. This is totally okay. So we have at least summary of our first tool for today, which are the summarized principle. And now we will all together go to the 5 Scrum values. First is, we will use this force as a, let's say, coin. First is focus. Great. Openness. Great. Respect. Another one? Commitment. Okay, it can be courage. But we have here extreme. And it's not programming, it's courage. Because if we didn't have it, it will be forced. So we have our 2 little tools. Now, of course, I will ask you to think about problems which we endure and which we see in our everyday community. Before we go to this, what can you do about those things which you experience? You can brag about them. Is it? Usually a lot of people are doing this. I have a bad boss. But you endure it, is it? The traffic in Belgrade is terrible, is it? But what you are doing about this? And in Novi Sad, is it better? Yeah, it is much better. Okay, so you see, you can move. And that is one option. That is really one option. You can leave, move, change, is it? Then what is the first thing that you can do about the situation? Accept it. Great. Sorry about my English, if I write. And what is, let's say, there are a lot of things, but what would be the ultimate thing. Probably that is why we are here. Change. And now, if we look about, let's say, organization and about community. Because a lot of talk today was about business in organization, Scrum in organization, agility in organization. But we are not living in organizations only. This is only one part of our life. In organization, are people bragging? Yeah, usually. And in community, yes. Can you leave organization, and how easy it can be done? Today, pretty easy. Are you feeling loyal to your organizations? No? Yeah? Depend. But let's have a common ground, you know. If you get a new job offer, which is twice as good as your current, yeah. But let's say that probably you can do. Is it? It's pretty easy to live, and some people are even living community in which they are. Is it? But essentially, I was just thinking when you are traveling, and you go in the main street here in Belgrade, Novi Sad, or wherever in the world, that main street today is, what is it consist about, you know? What is there usually? It's Zara, it's Starbucks, it's McDonald's. Is it? They look pretty the same, and people are really living similar things. So yeah, you can live, but very hard, especially if you have family, etc. So let's say you can do this, but it's not so easy. Can you accept reality in your companies? No, of course. You can always accept. In community, why? Why can you cannot accept? Only you? And everybody who you care, especially, is it? So let's say, unfortunately, we have a terrible things during this year, is it? And you can accept, okay, maybe there will be war, maybe that will be something, is it? You have 40-something years, or something, is it? Sorry for guessing your something like this. So it's not too much pity, you know, if anything happens. But to members of your family, totally different story, is it? So you cannot accept, is it, for your children to have, you know, violence in schools or wars, etc. It is not acceptable. And if you cannot accept, what you can then do? Change, yeah. I could say what you need to do, is it? And in organization, is it total waste of time if you start change? No, definitely, yeah. Definitely. So let's see a little bit of comparison. I will need one volunteer now. Who wants to be volunteer? It will not be too terrible thing to do, you know. Come on, please. Don't worry. You will be my little Santa's helper, you know. Just to take it and put it somewhere on the wall, and I will help you with the first one. And later you will help me in the other activities. So let's play with this, you know. While she plays, I will now ask you to think about, don't worry, I will help you with this, just to think about all the things which are problems in our society and community. Okay. There are a lot of problems. Think about in a table. I will give you 2 minutes and then just stay and tell us. You know, you don't need to write it on sticky. Just stay and tell us few of those problems you identified. Okay, time is ticking. 3 minutes. Think about problems in our community, in our society. Make one consensus about 1, 2, or 3 of them, depending on, and just after the time, tell us what they are. Do you have consensus on at least one? Do you have consensus on at least one? Huh? No? Never mind, then tell us different. Oh, you even put it on the stickies. That is great. Huh? Okay. Whatever you think about until those 3 minutes, it's let's say time to hear first group. Okay, what is let's say your problem? Hmm. Okay, super. Okay, this is in your community in the little group, of course. We are not. Okay, we will come to this. The second group. Uh-huh. Okay, one is enough. You know, this is a small time allotment. So the group one is enough, but you can. Which one? Please tell us. Okay. Yeah, not to double. Okay, corruption. This is pretty, you know, connected to this one kindergarten registration, but it's universal. Okay. Water, great. So it is environmental issues. Environmental issues. This is enough. Okay. Your group, did you have any consensus?
Ruling class elite.
Elite. Okay. Great. I just hope that nobody will jump in some special forces Delta unit at the end of this course and do us all. So when we look about these things, they're, would you say, pretty substantial ones? Big, is it? Now, I will just use one metaphor. Probably you heard it a lot of times, and I will draw a little bit of elephant. So imagine that this is elephant, not a rat. That is first thing that you need to do, you know. So it is elephant, not a rat. That is the first thing that you need to use your imagination. You know that you know, Indian old proverb about 5 blind people who came to something. We don't know what it is. First, unfortunate blind man was, you know, finding the claw or something, but he didn't know that, he didn't know what it is. So he said something, It can be scimitar, it can be something, you know, I don't know, whatever it is in that time, but today you would probably call it something which billiard balls are made of, you know. Probably. Another one was on the tail. Is it? The third in the ear, trunk and the body, you know. So everybody of them experienced different things. But was it an elephant? Yeah. But could they agree that it's an elephant? What do you think? No? In this proverb, at least no. Because that elephant, we can look at it as a metaphor for today complex problems. None of those problems really, which we are experiencing in those diverse groups, is so, you know, plain. you are telling us about, let's say, corruption. Who experienced corruption from you? Yeah, okay. And was that corruption same area? In some areas, yes, but sometimes not. But behavior about it, what you did you pay the bribe or you decided not to pay it? Somebody pay, somebody decide not to pay, is it? Did you report them? No. So yeah. So essentially, so let's say that problem is not so plain. It's not 2 plus 2, is it? And practically, we can use this metaphor of an elephant to see this is a corruption in this case. Of course, poor elephant is not corrupt. It's pretty, good beast. It does not even have that concept about corruption. But imagine that you are looking at some small part of it, and you are seeing it. You do not really grasp about what it is exactly, is it? You just experience some part of it on your skin, which is impacting you. And now, let's do something very important. You will now map what are constraints in our society which are make us experience these things. This is maybe the most hard part. I will explain it a few times, don't worry. So, let's say, if you say corruption, we all agree what corruption is. What would be, let's say, definition of corruption? Something is it. So we can have that agreement. But what are the underlying things? What are, let's say, social norms, all other things which are there, which are enabling that corruption, Okay, that is exactly. Now, I will give you 10 minutes to think about, sorry? I will give you 10 minutes to think about constructions for, not constructions, of course, for all of this, what you put, and to find as many as you can have, which are practically making us experience those which are underlying causes for some of them. As you said, maybe you already said ruling class elite. Maybe it's just manifestation. As you said, another thing, personal belongings, yes. Then there is a law. Of course, when you see about limiting factors, there are always limiting factors that are practically impossible to remove, which are physical laws. If I jump through the window, I will fall down this. Whatever I do, however agile I am, nothing will stop me. So, we'll have here effort, and we will have here time. So, in this area, we will not populate. These are things which cannot really be removed, as some of those natural laws. But when we say human laws, can you change some paragraph in a law? Yes. Is it hard? Well, I would say it's hard. Depends on the government. But let's say in our country, in Serbia here, but it can be done. So definitely it would be pretty long time and probably pretty big effort just to make a baseline. So now I will give you, let's say, how much time? About, I would say 10 minutes is enough for you to create all those underlying things which are making this happen and to put them on this board. How you will decide where to put them, how much effort you will need to exercise in order to remove it, to change it, or how much time you would need. Of course, this is arbitrary. This is up to your groups to decide, Is that clear to anybody? Yeah. Anybody or nobody? Okay, super. So when we have first volunteer, I would just ask you to go with this with this sticky note and to put it and explain why you are putting it here. That is very important. Yes. For all those fives, you can go and search something which is below, which is practically there, you know. What enables, what is constraint? Why we in society are behaving like this? Volunteer. When there is a first one, I will ask you to help me to sort them if there are overlaps. Okay.
So you kind of have constraints.
Yeah, constraints, some constraints which are making these things happen or which are making the society accept them or whatever you can think. Something practically which is that elephant which we do not see. That is exactly. So we have ruling class, as you pinpoint, but why? Why we are accepting it? What allows us to have it, and why we are accepting those things? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Why? Because if that is something which is, let's say, not desirable, you identify it as a problem, why we are accepting ruling classes over us, which are probably not ruling class? You can agree about this. Yeah. I know it's hard, but you have time. Uh, with first one, as soon as you have it, go and tell us where it is. How are you going? Please tell just loud enough. Just explain it. You don't care who is listening. Just tell it loud.
Like we have a sense that the cause of, like the root of all evil
Mhm.
is coming is from personal property and personal interest. And to change it, we need a lot of effort, but almost no time.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Bogi. Revolution. I would say that's a revolution of time. Okay. Uh, whatever you like is how much you have. So put them as many as possible. Just put them on the proper place. We are not talking about single issue, single solution. Multiple issues, multiple solutions. Yeah. Just tell it loud and stay here.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so the lack of kindergartens is quite high in effort and time because you need
Yeah.
to build physical
Okay.
buildings. But we also have problem with transparency when it comes to children in
Okay.
there we would say it's medium effort because good documentation
Okay.
already exists, but again on
Yeah.
political note time can
Super,
be quite
super, super. Super, thanks. As many as you have. So, yeah, multiple problems, multiple underlying things. You have 5 more minutes. Don't worry. Congratulations.
Like I would say, we would say a lot of time, a lot of effort
Mhm.
overcome the brain drain.
Okay.
That is the root cause of poor
Okay.
education. Some of
Okay.
the root
Okay.
causes of poor education and poor healthcare system. Also, the way system is designed.
And high effort.
High effort and high time. So
Okay, but I don't understand what is design system. Maybe. Okay. So procedures in the system or non-explicit, but
like
okay.
I wrote problems like
Okay. Put them and let's see.
this is effort, this is time.
Yeah.
Unethical people occupying positions of power within institutions. Reverse
Meritocracy. So that means not enough meritocracy. Okay.
regular people not having mechanism to deal with obvious corruption.
Okay. 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 Ćeš da zajedno zalepimo ovo, da vidimo gde ćemo. Ajde ovdje da ga stavimo. Može ovdje.
Ne treba se vidi.
Ne treba. Ne treba da se vidi. Nego ćemo ga iskoristiti za nešto drugo. Samo da ga... Hvala ti.
Ja ću ovo da pojačam.
Poslije će da nas ubiju ako ima. Nice. 2.5 more minutes. I'm not putting pressure.
I get a slip from Brandnet to pay for my trash, but I don't have a written document with signatures from them and signature from me. So what when I pay, this is legal.
Ovo ćemo da stavimo ovdje, nećemo da lepimo, nego ćemo ga staviti, ne moraš da ustaješ. Samo da ti kažeš, sad kad ga okreneš. Pusti se. To ćemo ovdje da stavimo. Srećno. Srećno, hvala ti na pomoći. Tika taka, tika taka, tika taka, 1 minute. Put it. Okay, you have enough brainstorming, just put them, because we need to do a last thing after this, you know.
How long to fix?
Okay. Effort, time. I hope that you discuss about this. Last group, I invite you to come to put them, and we are starting the next part. Thanks. Effort, this is zero effort, zero time, meaning you can do it immediately. I am pretty sure that you will not put anything there, but okay. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So now we have, let's say, some of those issues, and what we will do as the last part. You will use this tricorder from the Star Trek, you know, and you will look about those constraints which you identified, and then decide whether you would love to work on this, whether you have skills to change it, and the last thing is really community in the need of this. So in the need of this. Yeah, so will community benefit if you work? But first you will need to see whether you would be allowed to do something like this, you will enjoy, whether you have enough skills to put it into motion, and really whether the community would benefit. Because maybe some of those constraints, if you remove them, will have a negative effect, who knows, you know. So if you have all those three, you can then, I will put it here. So you can use this as a tricorder. You will come here, read them, and then as the last part, you will go through our tools. So you can practically see personal property. That was the first one. So first you need to decide whether you would like to work on this issue, whether you have enough knowledge, and whether community would benefit or not. I'm not judging, definitely. And then maybe you would, maybe somebody else. Then you go and look at those 12 short principles and 5 values from the Scrum, and see whether something can be done by applying them on this. Do you understand? Practically you can take it, see whether it's fit your purpose, and then to decide whether, let's say, you can be more respectful, you can apply something and teach somebody to measure output, to be sustainable, whatever. And then based on this, as the last part, you will write your commitment here. And commitment will be, I will do this, not somebody will do something or something else. But I will do this. That is the important. So I invite you to come here all to read those from the close, because you don't see them from the background, to check whether you would like to think about them, to use the tools which we have currently. There are not so many, 17, and then to formulate your personal commitment to yourself, not to anybody else. To yourself, what you can do. Let's say, if we have educate people, I will take educate people, and I said, whether the community needs education, definitely. Do I know to educate people? Maybe I know, let's say, and I like to do this. Okay, so it passed. Then I will say which one of those values or short tools can help me, and then based on this, I can formulate my personal statement. I will educate people by applying simplicity and excellence, and I promise this to myself. And you put it here in the wall. So this is pretty simple, you know. So yeah, I invite you to do this. Come on. Where it was? Somewhere here. Okay. I know it's hard. Yeah. This is something. So come read them. Yeah, everybody can read them, because first you will need to formulate personal statement, you know, for yourself. And meaning personal, it's your statement. Yeah, nobody will judge you whatever you wrote here. Well, whatever you choose for yourself, just to promise yourself and put it on the wall. Apathy or empathy? Empathy. Okay. Yeah. 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 Why not? Why not? So the first thing is that these need to pass that tricorder test, you know. And then, yeah, I will repeat. So whether you would like this, so like to work on this, do you have enough skills? And does that pass a community check? Whether you think it will benefit, because it is not a shared agreement what we put there. As individuals first, and then maybe at the end, if somebody want to join you, he can say, I agree with you. But first write it, I will do something, you know, from your personal. Come on. A little bit of humor can always help, you know. That is. And use those tools. Above the law.
Sa tim papirićem pogleda se da li ispunjava ove kriterijume, apsolutno ispunjava ove kriterijume, kad ispunjava, onda u skladu sa kojim Agile manifest vrednostima je to što želimo da uradimo, šta ću koristiti od tih tool, kroz ovo i onda na kraju...
Napišeš jednu rečenicu, bravo, bravo. Ajde, come on. Let somebody break the ice. Please read the sentence loud when you finish it.
I'm still formulating the sentence.
Yeah. Da. Da, recimo kako bi ti formulisao rečenicu. Da. I will use reflection and emerging or whatever. Ne moraš. To ti je inspiracija da napišeš rečenicu. Znači da iskoristiš ovaj glagol zajedno s ovim problemom i da se obavežeš da ćeš ti probati da to uradiš. Can we read first few sentences just to see it? Uh-huh. No. Cool. Yeah, this is the and
This is my one. I will start an online petition and share it.
great. What about above the law? Yeah. About above the law. Great. you don't need to limit yourself on one, but essentially, yeah, don't lose the focus. Let's call it. Yeah, you can decide. Yeah, you can decide where you can put it. Yeah. Would you like to read it?
Yes, I will fight
Uh-huh.
pain by helping people develop courage to change.
Great, great.
These are the things that I would like to do most of them. So
Well, when you put it on the wall, you commit to yourself. So you can just commit to yourself. He's not committing to you, that he will do this, only to yourself. Why not? Yeah, of course. Whatever. This is just for inspiration, of course. We are not limiting ourselves on what is written here. So sick. Wow. I will give you 3 more minutes to finish your reflections and write commitment to yourself, as the time is ticking to the end of this workshop. I will apply advanced anarchy. Is it written here or? Oh. To make people care for themselves and their community. Can you explain a little bit how that anarchy can be applied? If you, eh? Yeah,
We are doing the stuff we want for ourselves.
exactly. Advanced meaning total.
Once it's just because then it's AA, advanced anarchy.
Total. Huh?
For the beauty of it.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
condensed term, anarchy.
Okay.
But nobody understands what it means.
Yeah, exactly. That is why I ask you. Okay. So we have laws for the not for me. Who wrote this? Can you just?
So the counter,
Mhm.
like for the ruling class elite,
Uh-huh.
sometimes there are laws that, a little bit like
Mhm.
everyone else shall transform,
Yes.
to Agile,
Uh-huh.
except for me,
Except.
management.
Exactly.
Same kind of the ruling class elite. So maybe there's a way to simplify the laws,
Mhm.
more sustainable and build trust
Great.
from lack of trust.
Cool. Simplify the laws to be understandable and everything else, like from the manifest. Can you read what you put, just for others to know?
I was beside the anarchy, like
Oh.
abolishing personal property and everything. I will advocate simple and sustainable and respectable communities.
Okay, so at least we are moving a little bit from that anarchy, which is you are so attuned to your. Can you just read? Yeah.
Helping universities to adapt and change their teaching methods.
Great.
Because
Great.
some universities, some faculties in Serbia, they're
Mhm.
using some old approaches. So
Mhm.
basically, when you finish with your faculty,
Mhm.
you're like a blank page.
Uh-huh.
You do not
Great.
So basically,
Great.
I would like to involve more like IT and the other stuff into the
Okay.
effort.
Thanks. Okay, you are putting it last. So now, because you have promises to yourself, you have your little groups. I will let you to reflect in a small group. Last 3 minutes about what you write, whether you can maybe go deep with the thoughts, and that would be all. I don't expect you to form a revolution committee or something else. Uh-huh. Yeah, inside your small group on your table, you can discuss about what you wrote and reflect. If you are finished, you can raise your hand if you need to talk. Okay.
I think that, yes, what you said, we all have our microenvironments and we are doing some good, some bad stuff. But I think
Kada palimo parlament? Kada palimo parlament? Znači, okay. Now it's time to end the class, so please, people. Okay. Thank you very much for silence, and thank you very much for your attention. I know it was a pretty hard workshop, especially after the lunch, but you have some commitments, and I hope that somebody of you will try to put them through. Thank you. Yeah.